What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 5-3. Man, back again. Story time, yeah. Story time, yeah, man. Man, I know it's a couple well now. Y'all been seeing a couple of shorts. The shorts that I put out about this dude, man, who wanted to get down. This dude wanted to get down, but he come up out his clothes. I know a lot of y'all been like, man, what is Tune talking about? Man, what do you mean? I'm gonna explain all that to you, man. I'm gonna explain all that to you, man. In this video, I'm gonna explain what happened to you, man. What happened to your partner, your boy here, man. But anyway, yeah, man, listen. Shout out to a lot of the hood vloggers. Shout out to a lot of the hood vloggers. All of them I don't know. I don't know all of them. But shout out to a lot of the hood vloggers, man. Only thing about about the hood vlogs is a lot of times, man, you got dudes that go in different people's sections in LA, and they do hood vlogs. So of course, before they get there, a lot of dudes, if they know that it's gonna be a hood vlog, of course, you got a lot of dudes that'll jump up and go gather up all their homeboys, go gather up all their people, and to have them there for the video. You know what I'm saying? They want a lot of their people, which I can understand that everybody want their section to look good. But anyway, what be tripping me out, man, is a lot of these cats, man, that do these that's from these different sets, man, in LA. That when the hood vlog come to their section, they got to get super duper extra out. Now they got to get super duper extra out. Now, of course, for instance, my set, we've done several hood vlogs for different people, even with me filming. We've done a man. We've done. Matter of fact, yeah, I was gonna turn it around. That glare is catching it. But man, we've done a lot of different hood vlogs. But now when I'm there, I let my little young homeboys know, and even some of my older homeboys. Look, y'all check this out. We finna do this hood vlog. You people finna come over here and film us and do all this and that and that, this and this and this. Or I'm finna film us and blase, skippy, blase, this, that, and the third. You know? But I always let my homies know, cause look, no matter what we may feel or what y'all might feel toward different sections individually or whatever, we don't do no dissing. I say I don't like that. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Dissing on no internet. You know what I'm saying? Just randomly throwing words out, disrespecting other people's set on this internet. And I always make sure I get a good understanding with my homies, with my people, before the cameras even start rolling. No, we not gonna do that. We gonna try to hold this thing to a higher standard. So it baffles me, it blows me away. It don't blow me away, but I just trip on sometimes, man, when I see dudes from different sets in LA, no matter what set they may be from, when they do the little interview, they little hood vlogs, they be so happy to get their little set on the internet, on TV. And you know what I'm saying? Of course, the little youngsters, they throwing up gang signs, they doing all this and that. But it's the disrespectful words that they use sometimes, man. Here it is. Ain't none of they so-called enemies right there with them. Of course, they so-called enemies might see the video and whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? But I just been tripping when I see that, man. These dudes on here, yeah, we this, do that, we that. And you know what I'm saying? You got the whoop-de-whoops and the wop-de-wops and the whoop-de-whams and all the disrespectful terms they be using. And I, you know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, 90% of the cats that keep jumping on these cameras, using these disrespectful words with they buster behind, ain't gonna do it in they so-called enemy face. A lot of them ain't. Cowards. They just jumped up there saying some stuff. Want to try to look tough on camera. Man, you don't get no points for that, man. You don't get no points for disrespecting somebody's neighborhood in the social media, over the phone or over the camera. You don't get no points for that. Shoot, if it's a set out there that you that mad at, to where you got to use disrespectful words toward them, then go do something to them. Go handle your crown. Go handle your business. Don't wait till you get on camera and go to the whoop-de-wops and wop-de-whams and this, that, and the other, knowing dang well you probably ain't did nothing to that set. Period. And if you seen with them, you probably take off running. Hey, man. It is what it is. It was what it was. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, or see. I just want to throw that little piece in there, man, before I go on to the video, man. I just trip on them. I trip on them cats, literally. But anyway, man, on to the story, man. Man, this story take place, man, years ago, man, back in the 1970s, man. I was going to junior high school on the west side over there in Harlem Hood called Fauché. Fauché sits right there, if I'm not mistaken, I think on, if I can remember, right there on 37th and Western. I think that Fauché sit right there. Now, at the time, the two main sets that went to this school were the Harlem Crips and the Fruittown Brims. That's who went to this school back when I went there. I had just got kicked out of Carver Junior High School over there on the east side in my set. So, of course, had to find a school. Fighting here, fighting there, fighting here, fighting there. Kept getting kicked out of school. Because, if y'all remember my story, I believe Carver, or was it was either Carver or Bethune. I'd been kicked out of both of them. But, excuse me. I think it was when I got kicked out of Fauché or Bethune. One of them, that's when they ended up sending me to Compton to the continuation school. I had to go to a continuation school. So anyway, man, listen. With me getting kicked out, I had to go over here to Mama send me over there to Fauché. I had an auntie stayed over there. So boom. I had an auntie. My auntie stayed in I guess that would be Fruittown Brim Hood. I guess that's where she stayed. But anyway, so look, can't go to Carver no more. Go over here to the school on this west side. Now, I've told y'all several times in some of my old videos about relations between the east side and the west side in the 1970s were totally, totally different than the relations of the east side and the west side now. East side and the west side didn't like each other back then. I don't care what nobody say. The east side and the west side, they, saying a lot of people weren't tripping on it, but you had a lot of people that was really tripping off that east side, west side get down back then, And so, let me see. I got kicked out in the 8th. I was in the 8th grade. What year was this? Was it, 77 or 78? Whatever year that was. Whether it was one of them years, I think it might have been about 78. Uh-huh. Yeah, because I was young. However old you are when you in the 8th grade. I think I might have been 13. I might have been about 7, 8, because I think I just started. I hadn't been gang banging too long. I hadn't been gang banging for a long time yet. I hadn't been on the set that long. But I've been on the set for a minute. But whatever year it was. I'm 60 years old now, so however old I was when I was in the 8th grade, like I say, 77, 78, something like that. But anyway, so look, had to go to a school on the west side. On the west side, man. So I didn't know nothing about Fauché. I didn't know nothing about it. Period. Back then, I didn't even know who set it was, who set the school setting at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because when you young like that, man, you really don't start learning all these different sets until you start going to juvenile hall. That's when you start me do. What's up, cuz? Where you from, homie? I'm from Whoop Wop Lamb. Like what? Where is that at? What is that? You know what I'm saying? And I used to do that a lot. Of course, when people would hit me up and I'd tell them come from Fire Travelon, I'd see that look in their face too. Like, where is that at? Boom. So anyway, going through that. I went to the school, going to this school, man. Going to this school. Now, I'm knowing in my mind though, it's gonna be a culture shock because it's on the west side. You know what I'm saying? It's over there. It's over there. So okay, man, gotta go to this school over there. So look, never forget, man, first day of school. Go to school, go to school, go to school. Wham. Now what tripped me out, I'm looking at I'm looking at the disparity. I'm looking at the difference in how the people over here look and dress and act versus how they look, dress, and act where I'm from on the east side. Oh man, the whole get down was different from ours. Now it's other than the gangbangers, you know what I'm saying? We all wore the same paraphernalia, but it was still a little difference with that. You know what I'm saying? They khakis might have been a little cleaner than ours. You know what I'm saying? They knit kicker, they knit kickers and they Romeos did not have as much wear and tear on them as ours did. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how it was though. But was repping that east side to the fullest, man. Back then, man, you couldn't tell nobody off the east side nothing, boy. In our mind, we walked on water. That's right. That's right. In our mind, we walked on water. We couldn't be whooped. We couldn't be out banged. We couldn't be out nothing, man. This was the attitude of East Siders back then. This way we thought about stuff. We looked at the West Side like they were sold. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how it was back then. We all looked at the West Side like they were sold, like they was mama's boys, all they front yards had grass. They mamas and daddies got them cars, and they didn't have to walk to school or ride the bus. They was driving to school. All the girls on the west side had long, pretty hair. When the girls on the east side had a little short chicken hair, little short hair. You know what I'm saying? We was called the east side ponytail. A regular ponytail be way back here. You know what I'm saying? Home girls on the east side, they ponytail be on the top of their head. You know what I'm saying? Be about that long. Hey, man, ain't no disrespect to my east side girls, but I love y'all, man, especially back then. Now, everybody look the same nowadays. But, man, look, truth be told, we really looked at the west side different, man. We really looked at, and they looked at us different. They looked at us like we was just just straight up bums. Like we didn't have nothing to eat. All our alleys was super filthy and dirty. Wasn't no grass in the yard. Our clothes was hand me down. We was hungry. We was grimy. We was gritty. And that's how they look. And a whole bunch of other stuff. That's how they looked at us. That's how they felt about, man. That's how they felt about dudes off the east side. But the common denominator in this thing, no. Man, back then, man, East Siders could thump. I don't give a dang what nobody say, man. From a physical standpoint, from the shoulders, back then, man, West Sider couldn't whoop no East Sider man from the shoulders. No, not back then. Now everything even Steven now, but back then, no. Man, look, you had man on that East Side. You couldn't even come outside if you wasn't fighting. If you wasn't fighting and getting down, you couldn't even come outside, man. You had to get it. Now, in all truth and actuality, they was fighting on the west side too. But us on the east side, we just didn't think of them that way. You know what I'm saying? They could. That's why, like in juvenile hall, man, look, we had so many east side, west side rides. in juvenile hall, man. When I was in juvenile hall, oh my goodness, man. Little kid, boy, we getting them up. And I can say I've been in 3 East Side, West Side rides when I was in juvenile hall. And the East Side never lost not near one of them. No, nope, never lost not near one of them. Cause it was like then it seemed like it was more of us all the time. And man, the East Sider back then was just rough, rugged, and raw, homie. We were something different. We were something different. Now all that junk, all that mess watered down today. But back then, man, we were a cut above. We were something different. We were gladiators. We lived and breathed to get down, to get down. You know what I'm saying? That's how we was raised. That's how we was taught. You know what I'm saying? Older homies made sure, man, we might be in the set just standing around, and an older homie like, cuz, man, y'all go. And you had to get down. This might be your little road dog you standing here with. Didn't make no difference. You had to get down for your grits and gravy. Get down. So anyway, I'm going over here to this school on the west side, Fauché, with a whole attitude in my mind. You know what I'm saying? With a whole different thought about these cats in my mind. So now I ain't gonna lie. When I went at that time, I didn't know at that time I didn't know what a Harlem Crip was. I learned it once I started going to that school. Oh, Harlem Crips. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about, I didn't even know, like, the word Harlem, I didn't equate it with New York like most people do. Young kid, I ain't never left the set, ain't never been nowhere. I just didn't know. I ain't never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure the majority of them had never heard of us. So, boom. When I get there, first day of school, man, I'm belling in, I'm walking around, I'm looking. I'm like, dang. Girls running past, you know what I'm saying, looking different. I'm like, oh, she got some pretty hair. Dang, she got hair. No, I'm clowning. But it was just different, man. Different classes. So, of course, I stood out. I did look different. I did look a little different. Back then I couldn't see it, but nowadays I'm like, all right, I couldn't say what was really the real big difference, But anyway, I looked a little different. The people at this school knew I wasn't from or in that area because of course they never seen me before. So I had a couple of females come to me like, hey boy, you know what I'm saying? What's it like? Where you from? And okay, and see back then, a person asks you where you from, you can say you're set, but a lot of times back then, the first thing out of my mind, where you from? I'm from the east side, homie. I'm from the east side. That was the first thing because you gotta look. East Side Crips. You know what I'm saying? So my very first tattoo, I showed it to you on my arm. It's covered up. It's covered up now. The very first tattoo I ever had was East Side Crip. It wasn't Avalon. It wasn't Five Trey. It wasn't South Park. It wasn't none of that. My very first tattoo said East Side Crip. Boom, and I ripped it to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Because our older homies would let us know that, hey man, it's East Side, homie. It's East Side, East Side, East Side. I'm like, yeah, yeah. But so when people were like, a lot of time, man, oh man, where you from? I'm from the East Side, homie. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Then of course, if it went further past that, I'm Five Trey Avalon. All right, cool. So anyway, I had been in school for about maybe 4 days at this time. Got to school that Monday. This might have been that Thursday. I ran into a cat that was off the east side like me. And when I seen him, they had a thing back then called nutrition. Nutrition was like a little break, like lunchtime, little break. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and, eat, stand around, do whatever you're going to do for the other classes, kick back in. You're never going to nutrition. We going to nutrition. And I seen him standing by himself. And he stood out like a sore thumb. I'm like, dang. So, kind of, I couldn't put it in my mind back then, but now I can tell myself, hey, he kind of looked like me. He kind of looked like me. So I'm like, yeah, all right, okay, all right. I end up making my way over there to him. So when I went over there to him, I was like, what's up, cuz? Boom. He was like, so he looked at me like, what's up? I'm like, homie, where you from, cuz? And he hit me with the east. I'm from the east side, homie. I'm like, oh, you from the east side too? He like, yeah, where you from? I'm from the east side, homie. I'm from Avalon. He like, okay, I'm from Cute 102. Dude named Ice, if I can remember that was Ice. Was it Ice? I think it was Ice. Yeah, it was Ice. Dude named Ice. No, 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 no. Ice was from Six Dudes. Ice was from Six Dudes. Lil D was from Cute 102. Ice was from Six Dudes. Lil D was from Cute 102. Lil D was from Cute 102. And you had another dude went there named Greg. He was from Grape Street, but he used to always say, "What Jordan Down? I'm from Jordan Down. I'm from Jordan Downs." You know, Grape Streets. Us three hooked up, and we end up running together. We end up running together. Everything was cool for a minute. Everything was cool for a minute. The other dudes around the school, they start noticing us. You know what I'm saying? You know, girls start noticing. But for the most part, we just really just kicked it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We was the only kids there from the east side. And so we just really, really, really kicked it to ourselves. So bang. I'm gonna end it right here. Catch me on the next part.
Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie. Ain't nobody gangsta boogie. 4, 2, 1, man. 4, 2, 1, man.